Number one today is Monday, September 29th, 2025. Ship date for Tuesday the 30th. All right, let's go. Well, as far as official setups, let's stick with the CIFR. Of course, wait for an entry as usual. We'll go through this Landry list in just 1 second. We did stop out on this RZLV. I still like it. It's super volatile, though, obviously. Okay day overall, even with the loss, which is kind of hard to believe. You get whacked on a loss like that, it hurts. And then, fortunately, though, the rest of the portfolio did okay. Not that it will always do that. But anyway, as far as official setups, let's stick with the cipher. Again, make sure you wait for an entry on that one. There's a few in here that are pulling back, as you can see, obviously, since we trade pullbacks. But I think let's just go after the CIFR from now. This one here is kind of interesting. It could use a little bit more pullback. Let's see what else is happening. This one, too, needs a little more pullback. And this is why I want to go through them tonight. Is a couple of them in here actually need a little bit more pullback. But I do like to show you what I'm seeing as I'm seeing it. Also, getting back to the RZLV, for the aggressive, keep an eye out for an opening gap reversal. That could be an interesting trade, especially with this ridiculous amount of volume in here. It certainly has plenty enough volume to consider something like that. Let's take a look at the portfolio, and then we'll pop out to the overall market. ABCL, better than the poking eye, a little bit of a bounce there. It's kind of consolidating and bottoming out at these high levels, so that's kind of interesting. ATAI, not a bad day there. I sure like to see it obviously bang out some new highs and not look back. KGC, just shy of all-time highs, so obviously that's a good thing. All-time highs in KTOS, we're going to go ahead and bump the stop a little bit on that one. RZLV, bit of a bummer again, stopping out, but keep an eye out for an opening gap reversal there. Could be quite interesting. TFPM right here at brand new highs, so that's certainly a good thing. We'll start trailing stops on this one as it begins to bang out more and more new highs. I think, let's see, did we adjust it at all? TFPM. Oh, yeah, we did go ahead and bump it a little bit on that one. So we're still in longer-term trend following mode. We're not following on a one-for-one basis, but we are bringing the stop up as it goes. Let's take a look at the overall market and drill down a little bit. First of all, let's start with the P's like we normally do. An okay day, I suppose. Any day at these high levels where you're in the plus column is an okay day. Just shy of all-time highs. So far, rallying out of a pullback. So far, so good. Nasdaq Composite, same sort of action there, too. Off its best levels, we're still up 0.5% nonetheless, and just a smidge below all-time highs. Rusty 2000, opening gap reversal. A bit of a bummer, trying to rally out of this pullback. It still looks pretty good longer term. I sure like to see it, though, get past this prior peak and not look back for a while. Gold, the commodity, brand new highs there. Look at that, banging out those highs with vigor. Gold stocks off its best levels, but still, hey, new highs nonetheless. Metals overall, brand new highs. Platinum is waking up, or continuing to wake up, I should say. In fact, most of these metals are doing well. Lithium banging out new highs with quite a bit of vigor. Silver, look at that, new high. So most of the metals looking pretty darn good. Semiconductors off the best levels, but still managed to close at brand new highs nonetheless. You kind of hate to see an opening gap reversal like that, but again, able to hold on to new highs, so that's certainly, obviously a good thing. Broker-dealer woke up a little bit, trying to get back out of this high-level base, so that's certainly a good thing there. Biotechnology, decent little rally there. So far, this is kind of a choppy uptrend, remains intact. Still some overhead supply, as I've been saying, ad nauseum there. Take a look at mags right here, just shy of all-time highs. So far, rallying out of a pullback, so that's certainly a good thing. Pot stocks did really well today. There was some news out there on CBD or something, not to confuse the issue with facts, but decent day. Look at that, up 26%, but it's got a lot of overhead supply to overcome, so that's one thing to consider if you're going after anything there. Finally, let's take a look at bonds real quick. Kind of an ugly chart, right, but at least in general, they've bottomed out for quite some time. Let's take a look at a weekly. You can see they're kind of bottoming out in here. Bigger picture, double bottom, shorter term, kind of head and shoulders bottom. So I wouldn't rush out and buy them just yet because they're all wide and loose and you've got a lot of overhead supply. But good to see bonds, for the most part, bottoming out longer term. I think that's it for tonight. Everybody have a fantastic night. If you have any questions, you know the routine. Thank you so much.